Hello, we are back with another huge score from Value Village today. This was almost all, other than the GameCube games at the bottom, which we didn't get to yesterday, couldn't find them. These were all pickups from today. So this was probably one of my biggest and best scores ever. I can't wait to show you guys. There's some comics also. James got some records, and one of them was really nice. It was a Superman 2 soundtrack with holograms, Superman holograms on the record. So anyways, let's get started at this stack here. Let's just go through it quickly for those who might not be able to watch the whole thing. We got a PS Vita game in there, lots of 3DS. 3DS is really hot right now since they're going to be taking the eShop off soon, and they just can't get them. As soon as you can't get something, that's when they go up in value. Let's just show a couple things that we missed last video. This HTC Vive VR for a computer. It's missing some of the wires, and I don't have something to test it out, so I'm not sure what exactly I'm gonna do. Might just post it as is on eBay bidding and see how it goes. Started off, I got it for really cheap because they priced it just like those crappy little VR things that you put your phone in. So anyways, let's get started. We got Tales of the Abyss, and a few of these clock in at over $50. I spent about $150, and even between 4 games should pay for almost everything. This game was sealed. That's always nice. You still find these 3DS games sealed, and they're already going up in value when they're sealed. Older games, if they're still sealed, they've got some value. Haven't had much luck selling like Xbox 360, which is mostly what I found sealed, but I did sell a sealed GameCube game, Army Man, I think it was, for $80. Street Fighter, this goes on sale on the 3DS shop, so take a look on that 3DS shop before they close it down, because last I checked, this was on sale for about $7-8, but it's going $22 for the hard copy right here. Ghost Recon, again, comes in at around $20-25, not too bad. This was the one I sort of gambled on, knew that it might not be worth that much. Yokai Watch, and sure enough, it only clocks in at about $12. Anything PS Vita right now is worth money. There's really not that many games that are worthless. You'll see, maybe there's a couple kids games and stuff like that, but most of them are going up in value. This clocks in close to $50. Cave Story 3D, I posted this for about $59, but I think that it could go for a little bit more, so I deleted it, and I'll repost it later for closer to $79. I'll bring it down if needed. You can always post high and then bring down. You can send offers. I like to say no counter offers when I send offers, because when I send someone an offer, that's sort of what that I want to sell it at. Counter offers, I don't want to be going back and forth. Part of the reason what eBay is so nice is that there's no back and forth, or not too much anyways, between the customer and the seller. You get the order, back it up, ship it off. This one went up to about $100. I was really surprised. I think that there was a special case, so that might affect the lenticular cover or something like that, might be worth more, but it has the cards inside still sealed, so that's pretty cool. I listed it for 100. Again, I can always bring it down. I can always send offers, but once it sells at a lower price, if you post it too low, then that's it. That's all the chance you had. So a lot of these are more rare 3DS titles. Like this is just not something you find every day. This is once in a lifetime video game finds here. Not this one, because I've actually sold about 2 or 3 copies. It's not a huge seller, but it goes. Again, only comes in about $12, but I'll be doubling my money. I paid $5.99 for most of these. PS4 games are getting tough to sell, so I'm getting kind of picky. I left a different one. There was another Call of Duty, Infinite Warfare, I think it was. I left that one, but this one's a little bit harder to find, a little bit earlier release, and eBay says it's going for about $16 right now, so hopefully I'll get it. These were probably the riskiest ones. These Blaze Blue, probably shouldn't have bought them. They only clock in at about $10, and that's probably what I'll sell them for. I'll sell these hopefully at the flea market in the summertime. This one clocked in at 12, but really risky business there on those ones. I'm not sure if they'll sell, and I probably should have left them. This one says it's worth about 30, but demand for PS3 has not been good. GameCube, listen, this one's probably not that great, but it clocked in at $15 on eBay. I didn't check the price charting, but eBay told me to sell it at 15, and I did. But I do not often go by that eBay suggested selling price, because maybe for bidding it might be good to start your bid, but in terms of you have to always double check with price charting, and then check previous sales, because it's often misleading, that suggested price on eBay. So be very careful when taking that suggested price when selling on eBay. I use it for reference, but I don't necessarily use it to determine the price. Ratchet and Clank came in at 20 bucks. PS2, getting tough to sell, but a good title like that can't pass up because it'll eventually go. And these are definitely some rare titles for PS3. If I would have found these a couple years ago when I was collecting for PS3, I would have wanted to keep them for sure, even though I probably never would play something like this. But now I'm already sort of starting to sell off my PS3 collection just a little bit. Sold one of the Spider-Mans. I got my Spider-Man games, which have all reached about the $100 mark, even more sometimes. I sold one that was worth about $150, and I sold it for closer to $100 because it had no manual and had some scratches. Here's a DVD I bought more for my collection, because I did watch this movie not too long ago. It's not the kind of thing that's going to be on Netflix and or any of the streaming services. I did enjoy it and wanted to have it just in case I wanted to watch it again, but it hasn't been. I put it on again. It hasn't, not quite as good on the second watch, but what can you do? You know, already seen it. So here's the GameCube games I've found recently. Star Wars, Rogue Leader. Kind of want to keep this because I've sold it before and kind of regretted it. So we'll see what happens with that. I want to at least try it out before I sell it this time. Harvest Moon. Haven't gotten a chance to post this yet, so I got to get around to it. Resident Evils are all posted, but really nice condition on both of them. Each one has 2 discs. Wind Waker, no manual. And, not that I care that much, but the collectors, they do care. And they want that manual, and they want it in good condition too. Always, if your manual has some problems with it or some damage, make sure to say that if it's a more expensive game, because the collectors do want to have those details. So what I like to do about these games, if it doesn't have the manual, just put it on bidding, see how it goes, and see what the market will decide how much it's worth. And that's what I did with this Pokemon Coliseum game that a friend gave to me to sell for them, but unfortunately the buyer didn't pay. They said that their kids bid, and they weren't allowed to. Super Smash Brothers, always a good one. And now let's go over and check out the comics. Another thing that we forgot to show last week were these cards that I got at the Nostalgia Warehouse for my friend that I sell things for. I'm selling that Pokemon for. This is the A-Team van, and the owner of the warehouse, he had all of these, and he told me he wanted some Dukes of Hazzard stuff. So I was like, oh, we've got some. This is Boss Hog, and I know what the figure looks like because I found the figure not too long ago, a bit before my time, so I didn't recognize it, but I posted it to my Instagram, and my friend was like, that's Boss Hog. And I was like, yeah, Phil's a couple of years older than me. He would know that. Doesn't have that Confederate flag. Phew. Didn't want to offend anyone. And then I'm going to sell him this too. I had 35, but I'll give him a little deal. Then there's those cars I found last time. Oh, let's just go slow. While we go over to the comic books, we can check out some of my collection. Okay, the wrestlers. Don't think I've showed you guys that. Pretty sweet. Got some Transformers in there. Batman, the G.I. Joe. Okay, and here we are. Get out of the light here. So we have a DC World's Finest, pretty cool. Lots of G.I. Joe in there. There was lots of G.I. Joe. I left some, but I sort of tried to pick out the ones that were in better condition with cooler covers. For $1.25, buy 4 get 1 free. I'll be able to fit these for $2-3 easy, if not more. Some of them might be worth money, but again, you got to consider condition. And these are newsstand. And you see that barcode? That means that it's a newsstand edition. It was sold at a corner store or something like that. Yeah, they used to sell comic books at corner stores. Back in the bygone days. And if it has a little picture there, like that Spider-Man picture, that means that it was purchased at a comic book store or ordered directly through subscription, and that would be called the direct edition. So here we go. G.I. Joe, lots of G.I. Joe. I thought that was a cool cover. I can't remember that guy's name. I don't know a lot of their names, but I like these old war comics. Shogun Warrior, couldn't pass that up. I don't know if those toys might have been before my time or something. I don't really remember them. And then there was lots of Star Wars. That was the big score. That was rough shape. This is the last issue. I wonder if it did become a collector's item, but had to grab that one. Hulk, 35 cents. You know, you're looking for that. The cheaper they were, the older they are. You know, Hulk, She-Hulk #1. #1s are always good. Here we go. More G.I. Joe, Batman, G.I. Joe, more Star Wars. Labyrinth was a cool one. I'm not sure if I have that one or not, but it's a great little piece of memorabilia from one of my favorite movies. Okay, and here we go. Here is the nice Star Wars that we got. The annual #1 in a bit rough shape. #2, okay, and Star Wars #1. Sweet find. Nice. Couldn't believe that. We've been coming across the Star Wars comic books. James said he hasn't been doing that well on them. I don't really post them to eBay. I don't really, you know, I kind of keep a lot of them, sell them in the summer at the flea markets, and we'll see how that goes. But I like to just hang on to them. Some of these I'm going to have to get bagged and ported because definitely the Star Wars #1 and 2, even in this condition, they're going to have some value. And even in this one as well, this Action Comics 12 cents, anything with a 12-cent cover price is going to have some value. And you got some condition issues there, but I still think that this might garner a pretty penny. I think it's a beautiful cover, and it'll be hard to let go of, but I can't keep everything, and I got to sell some things. But I definitely want to give it a quick read beforehand. Anyways, I hope everyone has a great day and enjoys the spring weather. It's even getting nicer here in Ottawa, Canada, where we usually have a pretty long and cold winter. It's actually the coldest capital city in the world, if I'm not mistaken, or it was at least at one point in time. And we often have snow. We still have a lot of snow, and it's not looking that great out there in terms of weather, but the sun's just starting to peek out, and we're just starting to feel spring in the air and start to get out there and skateboard more. And I hope to post some skateboard videos once spring comes around. So stay tuned, and see you next time.